Welcome to new chapter. We are coming near the end of the season, in which we have had an almost 10 million euros loss, but finances are still looking good. Still expected a profit at the end once the buyouts for the league positions are given. Since the last match against Chelsea, we have been on a 4 consecutive wins. I mean, first against Crystal Palace, in which we got a late goal after money time betting on their door, but not managing to get that final pass to shoot at the goal, or not that good quality of shots, until in the end Tyrone Mings made a great assist running off the opposition fullback to send the ball into Rivier's head. In the next match against Burnley, we created more shots, got more in the area with that last pass, but still the team was not as critical as one could have wished, and we won only by 1-0 at their stadium. A goal by Emmanuel Riviere, and I don't think Van Dijk should have been the best in a game against one of the worst teams of the league. That was followed by another 1-0 victory, more difficult than the previous, in which Leicester did threaten us in several stretches of the game in which we struggled to get the ball back from their 5-man midfield or get past that 5-man line. And finally, we came on to the whole stadium, and they also got statistically more or less in equal footing with us. We did manage a comfortable win. They got a draw in the second half after we went 1-0 up in the half-time, but then we got another 2 goals later, but our chances were clearly better than theirs. They only got a striker in good position to score, or a player in good position to score with their goal, and nothing else was really dangerous. So now we are going to be playing against Manchester United, which is an important game in that we are 6th in a place that gives us Europa League qualification, and Manchester United is there 9 points ahead. If we manage a win today, Manchester United might be among the range that we could catch up with them, but if we lose, then Manchester United will definitely be too far from us, and it would not be hard to find that Chelsea would also get too far from us, and therefore a Champions League would become completely impossible. Note that Chelsea has 1 match in hand, so the 7 points advantage they have currently can get up to 10 points and become also too much for us. Manchester United are expected to play a 4-3-1-2, and I am going to stick with the 4-4-2 diamond that I was using. This is the starting 11 I am going to use. If Steven Taylor is, yes, Stephen Taylor is not slow, since Williamson is not perfect condition and is not as fast as Stephen Taylor. Stephen Taylor will take his place in the starting 11, and that is going to be the final lineup. Luciano Narsing has the slight concern because he has had little first-time football. I'm going to give him starting 11 outings after this match when we face weaker opposition. The absence of Paul Dumet showed felt how hard it will be without his service. We look good in the training, but we are prepared for this. Everything will be fine. Or I'd rather talk about others. It would be nice to have him for this one, but we'll have to deal with things as best as we can. Usually I'd rather have him available, but I believe in the team selected today. I will choose this second option. So Falcao is very good mentally and average, let's say average physically, more or less like Robin Van Persie. Sahari Di Maria is very fast. Dalai Blind, I think I will just ask this and leave only the weaker foot. And no more individual instructions than that. And assertive, I have faith in you. One change I have not mentioned before, and I forgot, is that I've made a little touch to the tactic, and I made instead of Balopla winning midfielder in the right side of the diamond, I've dropped that role to the defensive midfielder, and the right side of the diamond is a Roman playmaker to use Miguel Veloso there, in hopes that he will be able to use his good long shots in that position better than from a defensive midfield position. And with Lucas Leiva, the ball-winning midfielder, protecting better the centre backs. Wonderful, a goal. Ferreira, who's the second best rated player so far in the season. The top is for now Tyrone Mings after 6 matches played, all from the start. So it's to be expected that they will now be more attacking than before. Perhaps it could be made some chances to be more protected, and if this penalty is scored, I will make a few changes to the tactic. And it is scored. So retain position, but I will not lower the tempo, because that might make my players more prone to be tackled out of the ball when we have it. And playing a rower. So that's all the chances I will be making. It's a penalty. I don't think a penalty is that interesting, so I will move it. Another, and now they get a red card. Things are going better and better. Normally that will be followed by dangerous playing the counter-attack. But I don't think there's going to be anything needed in that regard, as we have now superiority in that triangle of center backs and defensive midfielder. Good block by their defense there. We get a corner, and so a pity that was over the bar. We can be pleased, and indeed we can be pleased, but though I am to tell them that we are pleased, or that you might be winning but we could all still change if your performance levels drop. Don't let that happen. That's what I will be choosing. And Facundo Ferreira has done very well, so I can as well tell him that. And Riviere has not been good, so I will tell him so. Now let's see the position, what chances have been made. Wayne Rooney has been dropped into the midfield to make up for them. He's right-footed, so I will set the wicket foot for him as well, and that's all that I will be doing. They've only got 3 shots, which is kind of surprising. I didn't expect so that even in the time that it took for them to lose their man, it is still too few shots to what I expected. I know that was indeed a bad luck. Nearly could have been a goal, but it wasn't in the end. So another change I could be doing is just make Minks not be so offensive, so wing back from complete wing back. Even more protected against the counters. Leiva is on a yellow, so I will try to keep that safe and bring Colback in his place. And I could bring Luciano Narsing into Rebecca Vela because he needs a little of match fitness, so I have faith, and I have faith, but they haven't reacted well. Maybe the keep possession could have influence in that, but in Ferreira sending the back pack, possibly. But in the end, after all that, that I thought was a possible very good chance missed, they've come to get the goal anyway. So another player that needed some match fitness is Ryan Taylor. So I will bring him in place. Don Med, who plays in the left side, is injured for a month or so, I think. So Tyrone Mings is the one I should be protecting more from injuries. And he seems happy. Probably his reputation is not as big as the others, so for him I get some more respect. If I had passed the ball, that would have been the fourth goal. And Velosus shot from afar and almost got it, but got saved. It's the first time that I see him doing that, and that's because of that tactical change. Before, as the playmaker, he didn't get in those positions. Then again, in this case, it came from a corner. I think it was from a corner right, and that was therefore not so much a matter of tactical changes to his role and position as from being there instead of staying back in the corner. And this is about to end with a result that is quite better than I expected, even after the man was sent off for them, because usually I tend to have worse results against 10 men than against 11 men, or even worse results against 10 men that I have with 10 against 11. So we are very happy with the results and the way you played. And I will leave at that without any more individual instructions. That means we are now 6 points behind Manchester United with 8 matches to go, which is not an impossible difference to recover from, though it will still be very hard to get into those top 4 spots. So all the best I can hope for is just merely getting into the Europa League. We'll go to see what's the things looking like after the rest of the day has been played. So the last matches of the fixture, or what is current fixture brings a good result for us, that is Tottenham couldn't beat Burnley, which means we are still 6th, but now we are 4 points behind 5th Manchester City and 6 points behind 4th place, 7 behind 3rd place Chelsea. With 8 matches to go, it obviously will be a very hard task to get into the top 4, but at this moment it is not an impossible task, just very hard. And we are now 5 points ahead from 7th Swansea and 6th from 8th Tottenham, who are the 2 teams that are a possible threat to our Europa League qualification. So we have 8 matches to go, so I think the next that I will show you is going to be the Arsenal match. They are the second place at this moment. Will be played after top side Liverpool, another very tough match. Then in the other 4 matches, Swansea might be key to stay in the Europa League, so it depends how things go. If we reach the match against Swansea, in which they can get the Europa League qualification from us, then the last match of the season will be the match against Swansea. If Swansea is out of the fight and weak, then it will be Stoke, the last match of the season that will be shown. And this is going to be all for today. After getting that 5th win in a row, like, comment and subscribe if you want. If you don't, then don't. Thanks for watching and goodbye.